Hi Aquarius, my sun sign brothers and sisters. Welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Aquarius, this is for you. Remember, they're general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody. With that said, I would like to bless my decks of cards. Oh yeah, and always use your own discernment, obviously. I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week this week, just a quick note as well. Your year ahead stuff is on its way to you. I promise I'm going to get them out. I've just, obviously, as you know, with health and everything, it's been a time, right? So I promise you they are coming. Stay tuned. I think you're going to love them. So for your key to the week, you have the Moon card, right? So usually the Moon card is the past. If you have found yourself deeply reflective over where you've been, what you've experienced, what you've been through, it wouldn't be a surprise to me. If you feel that energy this week, you are being invited to get out of your mind, to get out of the past and bring yourself into the present. This could also be that you see... this could be a week where you see someone or something in a very clear light of day. So it's almost like because this card very often speaks to me about the rose tinted glasses coming off. So you could be seeing someone or something in like stark clarity. And when you do, there's kind of no going back from that, right? Now, a lot of people talk about this card and they say like, oh, can't it just be your intuition? The Moon card is very intuitive. But in difference to like the High Priestess is where your intuition is speaking clearly. The Moon card is where your instincts are speaking up, right? And most of the time your instincts are, we don't really tap into our instincts for the good things, right? So, you know, if it's kind of that, it's almost like a message to say, well, what is it that maybe you're missing or refusing to see because of your own past conditioning, okay? So with that said, for your actions and options, you have the Sun of Pentacles. So this is the Knight of Pentacles. So for some of you, this might be that you're taking a literal trip or journey down memory lane, right? So you could be going to visit the place that you grew up in. You could be going to see old friends in places that you have lived in or been before. For some of you, this could be, you know, you get the I miss you text. For some of you, this could be reconnecting with a person from your past, a partner, etc. Because it's the Knight of Pentacles, I would probably say that this is more likely to be somebody that you used to work with or collaborate with. Now, in terms of the options that are available to you, movement, travel, right? For some of you, you might actually be making travel plans at this time, but the chances are it will be travel plans to somewhere that you've already been. It won't be a place that's new to you. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Strength card. This I actually think is you having the strength to speak up about something or on something that maybe you haven't before. So, and this isn't to say that you've held it back for, you know, because you're afraid or whatever. It's more a case of you're finding the strength to say, excuse me, right, Capricorn got none. So no Capricorn this week. So it looks like Aquarius is getting all of it. For those of you that know, if you've got Capricorn placements or you cross watch for Capricorns, every time I do the Capricorn readings, they get the Capri-yawn. That's what we've called it now, because it's just like every time usually, and this week they got none, and so you've just got double. So I'm intrigued. That being said, the Strength card, right? In your communications, you have the strength or the courage to speak about something from your past that's potentially quite difficult. Maybe you held back because you wanted to save or spare somebody's feelings. Maybe you held back because you didn't want to be judged. Maybe you held back because whatever the reason is, right? This week you find the courage to speak out on something and say, you know what? I'm not carrying this anymore because it doesn't belong to me. Right? And if this sets you apart, listen, we're the aliens of the zodiac. We are the exiles of the zodiac, right? Like it goes with the path. We're really not bothered or afraid of that. Sometimes the reason Aquarius keeps their mouth shut is because they know that what they're about to say is going to ruin somebody else's outlook, life, day, whatever the case might be. For those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, that Strength card, especially coupled with the Sun, the Knight of Pentacles, I love this. It looks like a lot of you are going back to school in some way, right? So whether you've got a job, whether you're a full-time student, whatever the case might be, in some way, shape or form, there it is. Oh, all right, in some way, shape or form, a lot of Aquarius people will be deciding this week, I'm going back to school, I'm going to finish this, right? And whatever course you start, either this week or maybe the week before or maybe the week after, whatever educational process you embark on, whether this is formal education or some kind of vocational education, this time you will see it through. This time you will see it through to completion. And I think you are going to absolutely love the way, the results that you get, but the way that it broadens your mind or your horizon in some way. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, this could actually be a really tough conversation that you need to have with a colleague or potentially with a boss, where you're setting the record straight in some way. Now, for some of you, I'm really sorry to say this, you might come up against, like, let's say you blow the whistle on something. You might come up against the, you know, when people say, like, oh, well, why didn't you say anything before? Like, I've never understood that. You know, it's like, well, I didn't say anything at the time because it obviously wasn't appropriate or it wasn't the right moment. I'm saying something now because it's the right moment. So, I mean, not that I've ever been in that position. Unfortunately, I can't keep my mouth shut. So usually I just kind of come out with it. But, you know, there are some things that I've bitten down and swallowed for years, actually, for, you know, to save other people heartaches. You're not doing that anymore, right? Especially not in the work sphere. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, this is very much about you, right? This is whatever you're presenting to the world, whether this is an idea, whether it's a part of your business, whether it's a new service, like whatever it is that you're presenting to the world, you are absolutely going for it. And you have, excuse me, sorry, gosh, the strength, courage, and wisdom to absolutely go in and just decimate whatever it is that you're about to do. For those of you that are, and you know, for a lot of you as well, business owners, this might be something that's been a long time coming. For those of you that are retired and no longer working, this is potentially, and it might actually be a young person in your family, but there's something here where you are outlining something to a member of your family to say, listen, you know what, the way that you're being or the way that you're behaving is not cool. And unfortunately, nobody else seems to want to tell you, I'm going to. For your love and relations, you've got the Tower card. So for those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, it is possible that there are disruptions with the partner this week. There could be some very hard conversations. There could be some very big realizations about who your partner is or about maybe some element of their behavior. It doesn't mean that you're suddenly all going to split up. It does mean, however, that you are no longer going to be an enabler, no longer going to, do you know what I mean? Like, you're just going to kind of tell it how it is and, you know, consequences be damned. I don't think it's a deal breaker though. I really don't. I just feel like this is some realization, or maybe because you've got the Moon card here, some piece of information is given to you, and when it is, you're like, oh my gosh, now I understand why that time this and this happened. Now, for those of you that are single and looking to mingle, it's quite possible that you could be, you know, connecting with somebody that smacks you a little bit between the eyes. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Right, and for those of you that even bother trying to get up in the comments telling me that I need more sleep, it ain't that. All right, get a grip. For those of you that are single, and it's the Tower card, I would not be surprised if you hear from the ex or one of your exes or somebody that you dated a long time ago, etc. You know, when you see them or hear from them, you're just kind of like really. For your money and materials, you've got the Emperor card. You better get this money. I love it, right? So the Emperor card suggests that this week you are about that bag, right? Even if it's not necessarily showing up this week, you are putting things in place that are going to secure your financial, you know, I don't want to say freedom, abundance, because they're buzzwords, but you are definitely putting solid plans in place. Quite frankly, I'm going to say I see a lot of you working very late nights. over the course of this week, I do see a lot of you working very late into the night, where it's just like boom, 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 constant, like working hard, you know, getting everything ready and together, like whatever you're working on. It's almost like you know that this is the thing that you need to do in order to bring the money in. And it's like you're fixed on the future. It's not like, oh yeah, this is going to make me money right now. It's like it's an investment of your time, effort, and energy. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, your mind this week, Aquarius, that's where you're likely to really feel it. All right, so you've got energy to think and obsess and go over the patterns, or you've got energy to work really hard on, you know, sealing your financial future. You don't have both. Pick one, right? Pick a struggle, okay? And then when it comes to your home and environment, that Emperor card is you controlling, not controlling, but commanding your space and your environment. With the Moon card, just because of the way that the cards have fallen out as well, your vehicles this week, be really careful. Like, even if you've got a driveway, etc., make sure that your car doors are locked. You know, keep a watch or a weathered eye out this week, because I feel like there might be, you know, might just be, you know, a bunch of teenagers being douchebags, but with this, I would watch out. All right, just, and it's specifically your car or your vehicle. If you don't have one, then you're cool. All right. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.